These are the moments that define what really matters in a superstar's life, and Luke Combs just proved that family beats fame every single time. The country music giant withdrew from headlining the massive EA Sports Madden Bowl during a Super Bowl weekend, and the reason will either break your heart or restore your faith in humanity. Luke Combs dropped the news on his Instagram stories yesterday, February 5th, with a simple but powerful message. So sorry to miss y'all at Madden Bowl, but family always comes first. Have a great time. Those 8 words tell a story that goes way deeper than most people realize. This isn't just about missing one show. This is about a man who learned one of the hardest lessons of his life just 2.5 years ago, and he's making damn sure it never happens again. Let me take you back to August 15th, 2023. Luke Combs was on the other side of the world in Sydney, Australia, living his dream on tour when his phone buzzed with a text that would change everything. His wife Nicole had gone into labor with their second son Beau 2.5 weeks early. The message,
it said, "I'm so sorry. I really tried to not have the baby while you're gone."
Imagine getting that text when you're literally on the opposite side of the planet. Luke later called it,
one of the best and one of the worst days in my life at the same time.
And a defining moment in my life for sure. He was overwhelmed with guilt and sadness, realizing that the very success he'd worked so hard for had cost him one of life's most precious moments. That was real hard to do, and I haven't really told anybody that, he confessed. I didn't cover that too much in this album because it's really hard for me to deal with. Fast forward to now, and Luke and Nicole are expecting their third child any day. The timing couldn't be more critical. In late January, Luke shared that they got a baby on the way, pretty much any day now. When the Madden Bowl opportunity came up for February 6th at Chase Center in San Francisco, Luke was initially excited. It said, "Panthers football has been a staple in my life since I was a kid, so playing Madden has been something I've always done." Getting the invite from EA Sports to be a part of the Madden Bowl at the biggest football game in the world was a no-brainer, but when push came to shove, Luke made a different choice this time. He's not missing another birth. He's not going to be that dad again, no matter how big the stage or how many fans are waiting. To understand just how significant this decision is, you need to know Luke Combs' incredible journey to the top. Born Luke Albert Combs on March 2nd, 1990 in Huntersville, North Carolina, he is now 35 years old and one of country music's biggest stars. But he didn't start out that way. In fact, his path to success was anything but guaranteed. Luke attended Appalachian State University, where he studied business before switching to criminal justice with dreams of becoming a homicide detective. But with just 21 hours left on his degree after 5 years of college, he made a decision that probably seemed crazy to everyone around him. He dropped out and moved to Nashville to chase a music career. The early days weren't glamorous. He was what he later called a starving artist when he met Nicole hawking at the Key West Songwriters Festival in Florida in May 2016. Nicole was working for BMI at the time, and Luke wasn't exactly dressed to impress. He later laughed about it, saying, "Yeah, I looked bad too. I was wearing camo gym shorts from Walmart, classy stuff." But Nicole saw something in him. About 3 months into their relationship, Luke nervously played her a song he'd written about her. That song was Beautiful Crazy, which eventually became his 5th #1 hit on the country airplay chart in March 2019. It was also their first dance song when they got married on August 1st, 2020. Their love story is the kind that gives you hope in humanity. They made their relationship official in September 2016, got engaged in November 2018 after more than 2 years of dating, and had to completely reimagine reimagine their wedding due to the pandemic. Originally planning for 140 guests, COVID restrictions forced them to uninvite 120 people and hold an intimate ceremony at their home in southern Florida. The small thing made it cool because we literally got to talk to everyone that was there and spend time with each of them, Luke told Nashville Lifestyles. By the time Luke was ready to propose, his career was already taking off. His debut album, This One's For You, reached number 4 on the Billboard 200 in 2017. His second album, What You See Is What You Get, released in 2019, topped charts in multiple territories. But it was October 2020 when Luke made history with his single Forever After All, becoming the first country artist ever to reach number 1 on Rolling Stone's Top 200 Albums chart, Top 100 Songs chart, and Artist 500 chart during the same week. The accolades kept coming. Luke has received 3 Grammy nominations, 2 iHeart Radio Music Awards, 4 Academy of Country Music Awards, and 6 Country Music Association Awards, including back-to-back Entertainer of the Year awards in 2021 and 2022. At the upcoming 2025 Grammys, his song Ain't No Love in Oklahoma from the movie Twisters is competing for Best Song Written for Visual Media. Despite 8 Grammy nominations over his career, he's never won, but that doesn't diminish his massive impact on country music. His cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car became a cultural phenomenon, streamed more than 65 million times on Spotify in less than 2 months after his album was released. When he performed it as a duet with Tracy Chapman herself at the 2024 Grammys, it was one of those rare television moments that gave everyone chills. But through all the success, the real story has been happening at home. Luke and Nicole's first son, Tex Lawrence, was born on June 19, 2022, Father's Day, which felt like perfect timing. Luke was there for that birth, and the joy of becoming a father was everything he'd hoped for. Then came the pregnancy with their second child. Everything seemed to be going according to plan until Beau decided to arrive early, while Luke was halfway around the world. That moment in Sydney changed Luke fundamentally. He realized that all the success in the world means nothing if you're not there for the moments that matter most. The guilt ate at him.
Your schedule's crazy and you're traveling all over the place,
he explained, highlighting some of the less glamorous realities of being a touring musician. The industry demands constant travel, constant performance, and Luke had been all in on that lifestyle. But missing Beau's birth showed him the cost of that commitment, which brings us to right now and baby number 3 on the way. When Luke and Nicole announced this pregnancy on September 23rd, sharing a video of them showing their 2 young sons the sonogram images, Nicole wrote, "Third time's a charm, baby number 3 coming this winter." In past interviews, Nicole had revealed she'd like a small army of kids, though they've decided on 4 max. There's been some playful speculation about the baby's name. Luke has mentioned loving the name Flint, probably as a middle name, and for Earl, he is thinking something old school, something like Olive. But regardless of names, what matters most is that Luke will be there this time. When news broke that Luke was withdrawing from the Madden Bowl, EA Sports handled it with complete class. Luke has to hold it down at home with a new one on the way, they posted. All love for Luke and his family, and we can't wait to put on an unforgettable Madden Bowl with Zach Bryan leading an incredible night of music and football for the fans. Zach Bryan stepped in as the replacement headliner, joining Teddy Swims, Steven Wilson Jr., Gavin Adcock, and La Russell for what will still be an incredible show at Chase Center on February 6th. The event is part of Super Bowl 60 weekend, with the big game itself happening on February 8th at Levi's Stadium between the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. But here's what makes Luke's decision so powerful. This is a massive opportunity he's walking away from. The Madden Bowl is presented by Visa and takes place during the biggest sports weekend in America. It's the kind of exposure that can define careers. For Luke to say no to this shows just how much his priorities have shifted. You have to understand, Luke Combs didn't grow up with money or connections. When Nicole did an Instagram Q&A recently, a fan asked about the new baby's nursery. history. And she revealed that the baby wouldn't have his own room because they only live in a 2-bedroom house. When another fan expressed surprise at their modest living situation given Luke's success, Nicole joked that they were basic AF. This is a couple that's stayed grounded despite Luke's incredible success. Luke's commitment to family goes beyond his own household too. Last October, he and Eric Church organized the Concert for Carolina at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, raising over $24 million for Hurricane Helene relief. When his community needed help, Luke stepped up. The contrast between 2023 and now shows incredible growth. Missing Beau's birth was a wake-up call that forced Luke to examine what success really means.
I didn't cover that too much on this album because it's really hard for me to deal with, but
he admitted the pain of missing that moment clearly ran deep, and it's shaped every decision since. Nicole has been Luke's anchor through all of this. She was there when he was literally wearing Walmart camo shorts and had no hits to his name. She's been there through the meteoric rise, the missed birth, the guilt, and now this third pregnancy. Their relationship, which started in 2016 and became official that September, has been the steady foundation under Luke's unpredictable career. The timing of this third baby couldn't be more significant. Luke is at the absolute peak of his career. His albums consistently top charts, his stores sell out instantly, and opportunities like the Super Bowl, Madden Bowl are the kind that most artists dream of. But he's choosing family over fame, presence over performance. This decision sends a message to the entire entertainment industry about what really matters. In a world where celebrities often put career over family, where missing important moments is just part of the business, Luke Combs is saying no. He is redefining what success looks like for a modern country star. The fact that EA Sports responded with nothing but support shows how much respect Luke has earned in the industry. All love for Luke and his family wasn't just corporate speak, it was genuine recognition that some things are more important than show business. As Luke and Nicole wait for their third child to arrive, they're not just welcoming a new baby, they're celebrating a man who learned from his mistakes and chose differently this time. Tex Lawrence, now 3, and Beau, now 2, will grow up knowing their father prioritized being present over being famous. This story isn't just about one cancelled concert, it's about growth, redemption, and getting your priorities straight. Luke Combs missed one of the most important moments of his life in 2023, and he's making sure it never happens again. In a world that constantly demands more, Luke is saying enough. Family comes first and everything else can wait. The Madden Bowl will go on without him, Super Bowl weekend will be spectacular, and Luke's career will continue to soar. But none of that matters as much as being there when his third child enters the world. That's the real victory, and Luke Combs has already won.